Okay, guys, so we're back. This is going to be an old school CBC breakdown where there's multiple of us, and we're going to talk about what exactly is happening in this extended TV spot, quote unquote, extended.
Yeah. It's a full minute, so that's not bad.
Yeah, no, it's really
I mean, that's
good.
fairly typical for Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Still, yeah.
So I'm here.
I was expecting 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. So I'm like, oh, I'm glad I'm here to actually talk about a full minute spot, which of course I'm here with Tom and Mitch.
There you go.
What's up?
Now, okay, so just getting right into this trailer. So the first thing that opens up is this sick-looking like throne room place.
Yep.
I was just saying before recording, it reminds me of Monty Python's Meaning of Life when he goes, when they like go to heaven in a sequence. All it's missing is Eric Idle on a piano singing about his penis.
He might be there, you don't know. We run.
I'll tell you what, actually, from this director, I wouldn't be surprised. He seems like a Monty Python fan.
True. Well, it's like I like it when you look around the entire room. Like it's very, it's very clean. This very clean aesthetic. Everything looks different. They're like, and they look grubby as hell in it, which is like like the counter contrast there. Now, I can't really make out like if it's just these members, and if this is like early on in the movie, or if this is gonna be like way later on or something, and they're like, like there's no like. I feel like I could place the rest of the scenes in the movie like where they would go in a sequence, but this one I'm like, I think it's early on, like maybe.
I think it's early because Baby Groot doesn't have his Star-Lord jacket yet.
Mm-hmm.
And unless he loses it later in the film, but I assume it's at the beginning.
True.
Yeah. I literally have no idea because so far we know nothing of this plot.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell you what goes where.
Yeah.
I wonder actually if we compare what they're wearing to the end of the first film, because they say they lead one onto the other pretty close or whatever. Like there's a few months, but there might be like one scene.
Rocket and Drax are still wearing the same blue from the ending of that one.
Yeah.
It's only, Gamora's the only one that's really getting a costume change.
Right.
Yeah.
So after that, transition onto this photo of these like, I guess that's like the Queen, maybe. Like,
It's Saisha.
yeah.
Or Kismet, whatever her fucking name is.
Yup.
Goldfinger has been in the building.
Yeah. I mean,
He's been painting those ladies again, like he does.
she looks really great. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, that's some really solid paint job on her.
Yeah. It's weird because with the eyes, it almost reminds me of the early paint test for Data in Star Trek Next Generation. Like, have you seen on the behind the scenes when they try all the different colours? Like, at one point he is just like bright pink, one point he's
Right.
gold like this. But those contacts especially are very Data.
Now, Mitch, you're like the most resident Guardians expert among any of us. You think there's any connection here that they're gonna make to Adam Warlock? Or do you think they ignore that for now?
I don't know. To be honest, they could do one. If she exists, he's got to exist.
Right.
So
Maybe it'll be a subtle drop like Winter Soldier did with Doctor Strange.
it would make sense because, like, if like say Peter Dinklage is going to be in Infinity War and he is Pip the Troll, then you would kind of need Adam Warlock in there with him. So this would be a good way to actually transition that in, unless they cut him out completely and she has his role.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not overly familiar with Adam Warlock, but I'm guessing that would piss a lot of people off.
It would piss a lot of people.
I can't see them doing that
piss a
necessarily, but
Yeah.
I mean, they did it with the Nova Corps and Jason, so
I still think they're going to bring something back to do with that.
well, they probably will. But like,
I don't think it's over.
No. Well, it's like just during that scene, it's obviously kind of backpedaling off that scene where they're just talking to the throne room, so everything. But the next scene I want to transition over to is like the Milano and a giant swarm of shit.
It's the bees or the wasps or whatever from Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, I love that. I love it when science fiction uses this, even though it's such a science fiction-y trope. I just love it because it's like, oh, they're a giant swarm. They'll just eat anything inside. I'm like, yeah, they will. That's great. No. What do you think they do with this? Do you honestly think they're going to be like a major role? Because I have a feeling they're going to destroy the ship. Like, this is why they end up crashing. That's my guess.
Maybe he'll update it with another like girl that he liked as a kid or something, a different name. It'll be another actress.
Yeah, I just...
well, doesn't Nebula have a different coloured one? I'm certain it's exactly the same, but it's just like silver and purple.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Huh. That's interesting.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
We
Now,
don't know enough to really speculate too much, so.
right. Now, let's talk about this money shot right here. Essentially, we have two characters flying out of this, like, I don't know, broken ship parts, I would guess. Look at everything that's happening here and how much is actually revealed in this one shot. Like, this is a pretty big shot. Yeah, that's Ego right there.
It's 100%. Yeah.
Yep.
A weird thing is, like, it's a really beautiful looking shot, but it almost looks like it's underwater, and that's like coral and shit.
Yeah.
And the way the light's bouncing, it totally looks like an underwater shot.
It does. Like,
Which makes me wonder if it's some sort of red herring, and maybe it is an underwater shot, and it's something completely unrelated. It just looks like it.
It does look, honestly, it does look like an underwater shot, which is kind of insane, like, when you think about it. But I'm wondering, like, if that's Ego, right? In the background, obviously, he's, you know, the living planet. What is this thing? Is that like some sort of infection taking over him, or like?
It almost looks. I mean, it's another thing with the underwater shot. It almost looks like octopus tentacles.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it's some sort of fungal thing. I don't know. Reminds me a little.
Whatever it is, I can imagine seeing them using that as a way to keep Kurt Russell, like, in his human form.
Yeah.
Like they're technically separate, and he can't go back to the planet until this all comes off.
Yeah, that'd actually be kind of cool. Huh. Yeah, no, I'm very intrigued by it. I love that we finally get a look at Ego. There's no way that's not him. I'm just gonna say, there's no fucking way.
It's the only purple thing in the trailer.
Yeah.
It has to be.
You know, his face is on the other side, just Kurt Russell's face. I'm hoping he has an eye patch at least. That'd be epic.
The thing I love about this shot is just I can't think of anything else that it really looks like in science fiction, like specifically. Like, it seems like it's a very different looking visual.
Well, I think that's the best thing about Guardians is it doesn't look like anything else.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
There's similar things, but it's its own, like, unique take on everything.
I mean, that's really a giant accomplishment when you can recreate science fiction and make something original, like, and make it your own, and actually surprise people with science fiction, because science fiction has so many tropes. So, like, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is highly rated because it, like, you know, doesn't follow the tropes, and I'm hoping that this one does too. And just seeing this scene right here, I think they're gonna pretty much nail that feeling. So, you know, got some hopes on. But after that shot, we have Gamora with a giant ass gun.
How the hell is she supporting that thing?
She has implants. She's cybernetic.
Yeah, but how does she support that thing? I know she's got implants, but
maybe her legs are at like a 45-degree angle, so she's actually like changing her center of gravity.
Honestly, I'm not really going to be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they removed like a giant Groot hand holding this up with her and shooting it around, and they just CG'd him out like Marvel does with every single trailer. So, like Spider-Man could be right behind her. We wouldn't even fucking know till the movie comes out. Like, I'm not saying he is, but that's what Marvel does, you know?
It's actually suspended from the ceiling with Spider-Man's web.
Oh my god! Confirmed. Like, I just love the badassery of the scene, and I love.
I tell you what, it'll be. It'll be Big Groot.
Yeah, it's got to be Big Groot. Yeah. It's like that's my guess. You know, he's holding it up, and it's gonna be his one scene where he just rapidly grows and learns it. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck shit up. But speaking of fucking shit up, Batista about to dive into that monster's mouth thing.
Yeah, we've seen this shot before, but it still looks awesome.
I think they said this like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool. What if this is... Okay, so here's a connection. They're on this planet. They've taken a job for Aisha, and it's to take care of this monster. Huh. I can see, yeah.
I mean, it looks very Asgardian as well.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Like the construction in the background where you can tell, and like the architecture.
Yeah. And like because the things behind like two circles, they spin around, kind of like the rainbow balls when that goes.
That would be really cool if that was gateways to other places. Oh,
yeah,
that'd be sick.
Because they look like it. They got like the glowy door.
They really do, yeah. I mean, I love the concept of it. I would love if this is some sort of like galactic like center of the planet. Like, you know, all roads lead to Rome. I would love if this is like their version of Rome in space, and it's like this is the gateway we can get anywhere.
It's like the home world of the Stargates or whatever. They were teasing in Stargate universe for like ages, and then it didn't pay off.
Yep. So after that scene, we have a couple scenes that go together. Obviously, we have one with Rocket. This is where he detonates that like anti-gravity bomb. Maybe is that what I would call it? Like
that's what I would call it. Yeah.
Yeah. And,
like an anti-grav landmine.
Yeah, and obviously it's not related to the scene after with him walking with Yandu. I don't think, 'cause the first one's all woods, the second one's all tech. But that's just such a cool scene where everybody's flying and they're just like walking like badasses.
And I love as well, there was just a very brief moment that showed he's got his little whistle thing.
The whistle arrow, yeah.
Yeah, the whistle arrow. I'm glad to see that's back and they're not just like holding off on it, because
I also
you get that with films, they extend the character's part and then like lose the thing that everybody loved the most. Yeah. I'm glad to see it's making a return.
Well, I also love that Groot is on his shoulders. I can't remember, was he originally in this shot during the first trailer? Because I don't think he was.
I'll have to go back.
I think he might have been.
Okay, let me just go to my...
You know he's there because they've shown the scene a couple of times where he's running along that like gantry.
Yeah. It's a very cool shot though. Like I really, really like it. It's just the lighting has also changed slightly from the first trailer when I compared it. It's just ever so slightly, but you can make out more of the detail, which I really like. And speaking of things to like, yo, Mantis, woo!
Yeah.
Dude,
that's probably the worst picture you could have got.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
On, like, the moment where the makeup doesn't look quite right.
Hold on, I'll swap this out for a bit.
Coming off. So I'll tell you what though, the expression on Batista's face is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like after that, because we have her obviously, and then we have Nebula, and we see she's actually a member of the team now. So whatever plot device thing is happening, obviously they got to unite with former enemies. So this has got to be one of those, hey, we got to work together to save the galaxy, or we all die. So work together.
I mean, her and Gamora are sisters technically as well. Obviously not by blood, but
right.
Plus, they need to get Nebula to Infinity War, so
yes, they do. Yeah,
she's got a big role to play if they follow it properly.
Plus, Karen Gillan is just awesome anyway. So, however they want to extend her role, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Because we didn't get a lot of her in the last movie, so.
No, and she shaved her head for the last movie, which I'm glad they got her a bald cap this time. she was a trooper for going for it, but I'm sure they would have got her a bald cap, and she was just a bit. Yeah, I think she did that in a hurry before Comic-Con, thinking this would be really good, and then realised after maybe.
Right. Well, along with her, we also just got a quick shot of Yandu, and then like Groot and Rocket when they're like talking, and it's a pretty cool shot. I love Groot's like just kind of smile. He's sitting on Rocket, and Rocket's got like that new suit, which is like the jetpack suit that Star-Lord also has. It's pretty sweet looking.
Yeah.
Like mechanism wise. Oh, man, I love it when they introduce new concepts like these cool like jet suits or whatever the hell you want to call them.
Yeah.
A
jetpack.
Yeah. Now, next scene, got a bunch of Yandu's crew right here.
Got Taserface.
Yeah.
I think what his name is.
Yeah.
I was just going to call him a space Viking.
A space Viking. Pretty much.
Pretty much what he is.
Yeah. And then I think a cool shot right here. Obviously, all of them standing together. Here's the new Guardians team. That's a pretty awesome lineup.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's obviously their centerpiece shot at the end of the trailer, and it is just gorgeous.
It is.
It's crazy when you think the CG probably isn't even finished at this point.
Right.
But also the background though, it looks like Ego the Living Planet is the same. It looks like the same sort of infection and stuff. So maybe they're on the surface. He can't.
Or on, like just under the crust, like it was like catacombs or whatever they're called.
Maybe they might be like looking for the source of the infection or something.
That's what I was saying. Maybe they got to revive him or something, and it's like the plot is like we got to get in there and like rescue him or whatever. So that'd honestly be a really cool. Like I like that.
Oh, I'll tell you what it could. Maybe it's like Zelda Ocarina of Time, the first thing where you have to go into the DQ tree and rid the infection from Queen Goma.
That's exactly what I was thinking, but I couldn't remember the name. Yes.
Fucking love that game.
That would be awesome, though. Like, that's such a cool... Like, I love that idea. It's like, all right, we got to save my father. And my father might not even, know really that I'm still out here. I'm coming for him. So it could be like this great family reunion moment. But James Gunn's going to make it like, it's like, oh, he doesn't even want this kid there. Like, James Gunn's going to deal with that so amazingly well.
Yeah.
So,
now, do you think there's going to be an Infinity Stone? I know he said there isn't going to be one, but like, could there be an Infinity Stone?
I don't see why he'd lie about that, if in particular. Because I mean, let's face it, they've been all.
James Gunn is very honest, so I don't think there's an Infinity Stone. But you never know. You never know, right? Like it could be, and we just don't know.
Yeah. This would be a kind of a pointless lie, to be honest. Considering,
yeah, it would, suppose, yeah.
Yeah, it really would, but I enjoyed this trailer overall. Like, we're sitting here talking about it, I'm like, this is a great TV spot. Like, honestly, it's very well handled, well balanced. It shows you off enough. If you look close enough, you can spot Ego. That's awesome. Like, what more could you really want, Yeah.
And we got a brand new song from Vol.2, because last time it was just a song from the first movie.
True.
Fleetwood Mac the Chain. It's a classic.
Hell yeah. So... Yeah, I'm glad we're all in agreement. Pretty great TV spot, and as soon as more trailers come out, we'll update you guys with more breakdowns and everything. And thanks for watching this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the spot as much as we did.